You want what you gonna
Hey guys, it's Evade, and today I'm bringing you guys this anime review on another. Before I get into this, I just want to say that I know I'm going to be doing the Your Lie in April review. I still am. This is a very short and to the point review. This is not in depth in any way. The Your Lie in April review is going to be very in depth and have a lot of points and specific episode correlations to it, which is why it's going to take a lot longer for me to do. This is really short and generalized as my opinion of the entire anime as a whole. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and the Your Lie in April review will be out soon. So to start off, I just want to say that I'm not much of a horror fan in any way. I don't really like horror movies, and I don't really like horror anime. It's not because I get scared. It's more because I like story-driven things, and horror tends to just be hack and slash common gore rather than anything with story. When I first looked at Another, I was kind of interested because it seemed more of a thriller, suspense kind of building um, world, story-driven in the sense of you're trying to figure out what's happening. And it seemed like a little bit of a mystery, so I was interested in it. So Another is a thriller horror psychological anime produced by PA Works and first aired in January of 2012 and finished with 12 episodes in March of 2012. The story is based on a ninth grade student named Koichi who transfers to a new school in town. He is put in class 3 at Yomi North, which is rumored to have some sort of curse on the class, but like him, you're not really sure what it is, and it's not really just spelled out for you until later on. Just going to mention for safety that the next couple seconds may spoil the experience a little bit for some of the viewers, so if you do want to avoid any spoilers in this review, skip to this part in the video. I repeat, if you want to avoid any even hint of a spoiler in this review, skip to this part of the video. Thanks. Without giving too much spoilers, I just want to say that the curse of the class is essentially that students die in that class. Whoever is in class 3 at Yomi North, which is the class that Koichi is transferred into, students end up dying. And to not go too much into the actual gore effect of this, I will say that this anime isn't really gore driven, where in the sense gore is not its main focus. The main focus of this anime entirety is really just suspense and mysterical and mystery building, in the sense that gore is more of like a seasoning on it than it is anything of its main drive to this anime. There's a lot of things that relate to this anime that you'll see on social media, though, is gore, because the gore scenes in this are well detailed. I would say, I'll give it that. The gore scenes in this are, well drawn, well detailed, and they're something you are going to remember, but they're not anything that is overpopulated in the show where it's like, okay, another gore scene, which is something I actually did enjoy in this anime quite a lot. The first couple episodes of this anime really just seem slow and suspense building more than anything. They use dramatic soundtracks and dramatic music to build the aura of effect, I guess you could say. They try to build this suspenseful moment, kind of like in Death Note, where, the suspense of that, scene where Light Yagami is writing in his Death Note, just writing constant names, scribbling. It's just him literally writing down names in a notebook and eating a potato chip.
Just watch me, L. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
But that's probably one of the most memorable scenes that you can remember from that anime because of how ridiculous and suspenseful it is and how meaningful that scene actually is. And it feels like that throughout this entire anime they kind of try to do that constantly but are unable to really get the same effect. It seems more like the soundtrack is kind of over pushing its bounds in a sense of it, what's actually happening on the screen isn't really as suspenseful as what the soundtrack is trying to portray, or what the soundtrack should be portraying that is actually happening on the screen. I don't want to go into specifics of what I think is right and wrong with this anime, because there's a lot of things I think is right that this anime did well, and there's a lot of things I think that is wrong. This anime kind of could have improved on more and a lot better, but overall I want to keep it short. If you're a person who enjoys watching animes with horror, getting a couple chills here and there, and you actually can just sit there and mindlessly, enjoy something that for what it is, this anime will generally be something that you'll enjoy and you'll like, something that you will probably might not go back to, but something that you'll remember as, this was a little different than the common, corpse party type of anime. For someone like me, I like to sit there, pay attention to the minute details of everything, and try to catch something that the director, that the illustrator, that the producer, that the company try to put in there that you wouldn't normally get maybe your first time around, or that the casual viewer might just breeze over. I like to look for those things. So in another, I was really kind of missing that because it's not really there. There's nothing really hidden inside of its core body or of its background scenery or anything that really provides that. I've probably missed a couple if there were anything, but there was nothing major that really made me think, wow, okay, this can kind of, go back to the story, or something that they mentioned that you might, not have seen until before. Like if you had seen that before, it would make sense then, but there's really nothing in there that brought that to my attention that made me feel like I was deeply involved into this story, and I was deeply developed into this world of like this class being cursed and all that. So on an ending note, without going too much into anything else, because I don't know if I'm going to review this again in a deeper, in-depth length, mainly because of the fact that I just didn't care enough to. Even with this, I kind of felt that overall my entire feelings of the anime is just that it's alright, but it's nothing that I would get my panties up in a bunch about. For instance, if you go on my anime list, this has a rating of like 7.9, whereas for me, if you want my final verdict on it, my final verdict, I will give this anime a low 6 out of 10 to a high 5 out of 10, and that's me being kind of generous towards it. If you're someone who enjoys, the suspense building, the conversation, plot laying, kind of story-driven anime like that, this is something you might enjoy. It might give you a little chills here and there. You might feel a little uneasy watching it, and at the end of it, you might feel like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. But if you're someone who, pays attention to detail, who is driven to finding those secret nooks and crannies that the people put in there, you might not enjoy it as much as I did. I enjoyed it for what it was, in the sense that I watched this to relax. I watched this to simply just enjoy another anime. I didn't watch this to, go deeply. I didn't think about critiquing this until after I had finished watching it, just to, think about stuff and review what I had thought. Overall, this anime wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. Nothing new, nothing special. I don't get why a lot of people told me I should have watched this. Do I think it's going to be a second season? Probably not, considering it aired in 2012, and there's no word on it now. Again, I'm not a big fan of horror anime, so my, bias towards it in the beginning wasn't as popular as probably other people who actually enjoyed, like, Corpse Party or anything else, or like Monster or anything along those lines, because I generally didn't. I'm not a big fan of horror. It's just not my type. I'm more of a story-driven, maybe shonen type of guy, mystery thriller, or just, even if it is slice of life, just more like character development and character building kind of world. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is something quick, something short I can get out there. I know it wasn't the best. It's not anything specific. It was just my general overview thoughts of it. Final grade, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, mainly because something, again, enjoyable if you can sit there for relaxing purposes. Nothing special to it. There's nothing I saw special in this anime, nothing that I saw that was overly well done. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment down below what you guys think. If you guys like these anime reviews, I'll do a lot more of them. If you don't, I'll think maybe about switching stuff up and maybe things will happen, but I don't know. I really enjoy these. I enjoy, writing a script and doing this stuff. So Your Lie in April, the anime review for that will be out shortly, hopefully. It's just taking forever to fucking do because I'm going so in-depth with everything, and I'm such a perfectionist, and I fucking hate it. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks. Bye.